Hey everyone, today we've got our 2024 Honda Transalp XL750 in the shop. We're going to be adding a Tusk Quiet Glide Adventure skid plate on here today. Now these things are super awesome. They've got that UHMW overlay that glides over obstacles quietly and it doesn't get hung up like aluminum would. Now we don't have a frame on the bottom of this bike, so it is a little more involved than other skid plates. There's a couple brackets you need to install, but it's still pretty simple to do. Let's go ahead and get started. So right here we have our Tusk Quiet Glide skid plate. Comes with a couple brackets and the necessary hardware. You want to take a look at this stuff and compare it to your instructions. Make sure everything's there and get familiar with the install process. Now for tools, we've got 13mm sockets. I've got the 3/8 and 1/4 inch drives. I've got a T40 Torx bit and a 13mm combo wrench. Now for our bike, we're running crash bars and it's kind of hard to reach one of the bolts. So we've got this 3-inch 1/4 inch drive swivel extension. That's going to help us out. Other than that, we're using safety glasses and some Loctite. Now at the front of the bike, we're installing the front mount. The flat side is going to be facing forward. So we'll start with this upper right-hand side. So just above the horn mount, there's a hole in this frame bracket. We're going to be taking an M8 by 25mm bolt and we'll put it through there. We're going to be using a little bit of Loctite on that. Then on the other side, we have the spacer that came in the kit. And then behind that, we have our bracket. And we've got the serrated nut on the back side. And we're gonna leave all the hardware loose for now. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, except the other side, you do not need that spacer. Now on some bikes, this horn might get in the way of the bracket, so you might have to adjust it side to side. Now for the bottom mount. Each side is a little bit different. So the side with a taper, this is going to go on the right side of the bike. And this is going to sit on the inside of the frame, or this tab on the right will. And then on the left side, this tab's going to fit on the outside of the frame. And we're just using the M8 by 25mm bolts and the serrated nuts on the back side. And again, we're using Loctite, that blue Loctite on all of the hardware. Next, we're going to use 4 of these M8 by 25mm Torx bolts. Got that Loctite on there. We can attach the skid plate with these. We've got 2 bolts going in the sides of the bottom mount and then 2 in the front. With everything loosely installed, we're going to tighten the 4 bolts that we installed into the skid plate. With those 4 bolts tightened, you want to take a look around the skid plate and make sure it's not rubbing on anything that it shouldn't be. If it is, loosen up your hardware, move your brackets, whatever you got to do to clear up some space. But once it's looking good, you can go back through and tighten down those 4 mounting bolts, both front and rear, that we installed previously. Now on the front mount, I found that we're actually going to use this 1/4 inch drive 13mm socket on the swivel. That's going to give us just a little more clearance. Now the two remaining Torx bolts are going to go in the lower mount, just straight up through the bottom, and then we've got the serrated nuts on top. All right, so we are all installed. Now, after the first couple rides, you do want to double check all of your hardware, and periodically you want to make sure it's all tight and that nothing is coming loose. Now, if you have any questions about the install process, leave those down in the comments. And if you need to pick one of these up, they're available on our website. Just click the link in the description below. We offer free shipping on orders over $75. So take advantage of that and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.